So thankful we have this opportunity here on this Thursday to be together, Thursday before Easter. What a great time. And it's a time of great rejoicing. Today I'd like to look at, when we think of Christ, one word that just dominates is his love for us. If you really get a hold of what he did on the cross, it is life-changing. And for us as believers, the ultimate end of spiritual maturity is love. You find that in Romans chapter 5. You find that in Hebrews chapter 10. And here you find it in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, the great love chapter. And it concludes in verse 13. Now abideth faith, hope, charity, that's love, these three, but the greatest of these is charity. You see, love is the epitome of being like Christ. It is the full victory over self-domination and truly loving God more than ourselves and loving others as we ought to, being selfless. When we are filled with agape love, we are really living. Selfishness imprisons us, and it darkens us, and it fills us with anxiety. When we try to get what we want and we get frustrated with people and we hold things, or we're looking out for ourselves, that just limits our life. We lose the power of God, and God isn't able to develop us. The life of love begins by faith, hope, and love. And in chapter 5 of Romans, you see it starts with faith. That's believing God's word and depending upon it and obeying by dependence what God has said. And as you go through tribulation, and as you have an enduring faith that is built, that's called patience, and you begin to experience God's deliverance, you get a confidence in God that causes you no longer to have confidence in yourself, but to be confident in the Lord, and you can be free to love one another. I'm telling you, the greatest joy is when you do something for somebody else, when it's not just to try to maybe be noticed for it, but you truly just did it, and people don't even know. It's just a joy to unite with God to meet the need, to love someone enough to give them the gospel, to love someone enough to disciple them. It's just a wonderful thing when you get to that place. Oh, as I've said before, if you get a little bit discouraged with news and everything, then get some tracts, go out and be selfless and try to talk to people about Jesus. Do something for somebody else. Don't think about yourself or what might happen in the days ahead. Certainly pray and be informed, but we need to realize that the greatest freedom of all that comes in our life is when we come to a place that we let God overcome self by walking by faith and seeing him work, so that we can truly concentrate on loving him. And the prison doors open up of self, and we get out and breathe the fresh air of spiritual reality, and God will work. That's the best way to be encouraged.